I didn't sleep that night. I just stared at my phone, watching the Instagram story loop over and over. My younger sister Maya standing in front of a brand new Audi Q7, keys in hand, our parents beaming on either side of her. The caption read, "Our baby girl graduated. So proud of this moment. She deserves the world." I turned 28 that week. Nobody called. I sat on the edge of my bed in my studio apartment in Austin, the one I'd been renting for 3 years because I couldn't afford a down payment. The same apartment where I'd been sending $2,000 home every single month since I graduated nursing school 6 years ago. 72 months. $144,000. My phone buzzed. A text from Maya. "Oh my God, did you see? Mom and Dad got me a car. Early graduation gift." I'm literally crying. "They're the best," I typed back. "Congrats. That's amazing." What I wanted to type was, "I've been paying their mortgage for 6 years and they couldn't even remember my birthday." But I didn't. Because that's what I did. I swallowed it. I smiled. I kept sending the money. Let me back up. When I was 18, my parents sat me down at the kitchen table. Dad had just been laid off from the manufacturing plant. Mom's part-time job at the library wasn't enough. They were 3 months behind on the mortgage. The bank had sent a final notice. "We need help," Dad said. He wouldn't look at me, just temporarily, until I find something. I had been planning to take a gap year, maybe travel, figure out what I wanted. Instead, I enrolled in an accelerated nursing program and worked nights at a 24-hour diner. I graduated in 3 years instead of 4. Started working double shifts at the hospital. I was 21, living at home, and handing over almost my entire paycheck. "Just until we're back on our feet," Mom promised. Maya was 13 then. She had ballet lessons, piano lessons, and a bedroom that looked like a Pottery Barn catalog. I slept on a twin mattress in what used to be the office. When I turned 22, I moved out, got my own place. But the transfers kept going. Because every time I thought about stopping, Dad would call. "We're struggling this month. The water heater broke. Mom needs dental work." The property taxes went up. I was the safety net, the backup plan, the reliable one. Maya, on the other hand, was the dream. She took 7 years to finish her undergraduate degree because she kept changing majors. Art history, psychology, communications, finally, journalism. Mom and Dad didn't mind. They said she was finding herself. They paid for everything. Tuition, rent in a trendy neighborhood near campus, her car insurance, her phone bill, spring break trips to Cabo and Miami. "She's still young," Mom would say when I asked why Maya didn't have a job. "Let her enjoy her college experience. You were always so serious." Serious. That's what they called it. Like being responsible was a personality flaw. I picked up extra shifts during the pandemic. The hospital was hell. 12-hour days turned into 16. I held the hands of dying patients whose families couldn't visit. I watched colleagues break down in the supply closet. I went home to my empty apartment and cried in the shower. Maya posted TikToks from our parents' house about baking sourdough and doing yoga. I sent the $2,000 every month without fail. Last December, I asked if I could come home for Christmas. I hadn't been back in almost a year. I was exhausted. I needed family, needed to feel like I belonged somewhere. "Actually," Mom said on the phone, her voice careful, "Maya's boyfriend is coming this year. You know how the house is, we just don't have space for everyone. Maybe New Year's?" I spent Christmas alone, eating Thai takeout and watching old movies. Maya posted a photo on Instagram. The whole family around the tree, her boyfriend included, everyone in matching pajamas. The caption, "Grateful for these people." I wasn't in the frame. I wasn't even mentioned. I commented with a heart emoji anyway. Then came my birthday. February 14th. Valentine's Day, baby. Usually, at least Mom would call, send a card, something. I woke up that morning with a text from Maya. "Can you Venmo me $200? I'm short on rent and Mom and Dad already helped me this month." Not happy birthday. Not even, "Hey, I know it's your day, but," just the ask. I sent the money. I always sent the money. I went to work. 12-hour shift. 3 codes. 1 death. A family screaming at me because we couldn't save their father. I held it together until I got to my car, and then I just sat there in the parking garage and sobbed. At 10 p.m., I opened Instagram. That's when I saw it. Maya's story. A video of her unwrapping a small box at a restaurant. Our parents sitting across from her, champagne glasses raised. She opened the box and screamed, "Car keys." She panned the camera to the window where a white Audi Q7 sat with a bow on top. Early graduation present from the best parents ever. The next slide? They said I earned it. My hands were shaking. I scrolled to her main feed. The photo was already posted. 43 likes in 5 minutes. Comments rolling in. "Your parents are amazing! You deserve it. Family goals." I looked at the date on the post. February 14th. My birthday. They didn't forget. They were just busy buying my sister a $60,000 car. I sat in my car for an hour. Maybe 2. The parking garage emptied out. Security did a round. I didn't move. Then I opened my banking app. I'd set up automatic transfers 6 years ago. Every month, on the 1st, $2,000 moved from my checking account to my parents' account. I'd never missed a payment, never been late. I found the recurring payment, clicked into it, stared at the history. $144,000. That was a down payment on a house. That was grad school. That was the Europe trip I'd been planning since high school. That was 6 years of my life, reduced to a number. I clicked edit, changed the amount to $0, clicked save changes. Then I transferred $1. Just one. In the memo line, I typed, "Happy birthday to me." I felt nothing. Not anger, not satisfaction, just empty. I drove home, showered, ate leftover pizza, went to bed. The next morning, my phone was exploding. 7 missed calls from Mom, 12 texts, 3 from Dad, even 1 from Maya. Mom's texts were frantic. The mortgage payment didn't go through. Did something happen with your bank? Call me as soon as possible. This is serious. Dad's were shorter. Need to talk. It's urgent. Answer your phone. Maya's was pure confusion. Mom's freaking out about money? What's going on? I made coffee, went to work, ignored all of it. By lunch, Mom had called the hospital. The front desk paged me. I ignored it. After my shift, I finally called her back. "Where have you been?" She was crying. The bank called. The payment bounced. "We're going to have late fees." "I stopped the automatic transfer," I said. My voice was calm, flat, silence. Then, "What?" "I stopped sending money. I can't afford it anymore." "You can't afford it? You're a nurse. You make good money." "I make $62,000 a year, Mom. After taxes, rent, student loans, and basic living expenses, I don't have much left. I've been sending you almost half my income. We needed that help. You know our situation. You just bought Maya a $60,000 car." Another silence. Longer this time. "That's different. That was for her graduation. She worked hard. She took 7 years to graduate. I've been working for 6 years and sending you money every single month. You forgot my birthday." We didn't forget. We were busy with Maya's celebration. We were going to call. "It's been 3 days, Mom. Don't be dramatic. You're an adult. Birthdays aren't that important." I laughed. Actually laughed. "Right, they're not important for me. But Maya gets a car. She's younger. She needs support." I needed support. I got a twin mattress in the office and a second job at 21. That's not fair. We were struggling then. And now? What's the excuse now? Mom's voice turned cold. "I didn't raise you to be selfish. Family helps family." "You're right," I said. "Family should help family. When's the last time anyone helped me?" I hung up. Dad called an hour later. He was angry. "What you're doing is cruel. Your mother is beside herself." "What I'm doing?" "I've been paying your mortgage for 6 years. And we're grateful. But you made a commitment. We're counting on that money." "A commitment?" I was 22 years old. "You said it was temporary. Things changed. The economy changed. You just bought Maya a car that costs more than I make in a year. That was savings. That was different. You have savings? Then use that for the mortgage. That's not how it works. That money was earmarked for Maya's future." "What about my future, Dad?" "You're fine. You have a good job, a nice apartment. I have a studio. I can't afford to buy a house because I've been funding yours." His voice dropped. "Dangerous. After everything we've done for you, we raised you, fed you, put a roof over your head. That's called being a parent. That's the bare minimum. I don't owe you my entire paycheck for 18 years of basic care. You're being ungrateful. I'm being done." I hung up again. Maya called next. She was crying. "Why are you doing this to Mom and Dad?" "I'm not doing anything to them. I'm just not paying their bills anymore. But they need help. They have savings. They bought you a car. That's not the same. That's my graduation present." "Cool. Happy graduation. I hope you enjoy it. Why are you being like this? You're supposed to be the mature one." "I'm tired, Maya. I'm so tired." "Of what?" "You have everything together." "Do I? Do you even know where I live? Have you ever asked about my life?" She paused. "You never seemed like you needed anything. I needed a family who remembered my birthday. I needed parents who didn't treat me like an ATM. I needed a sister who saw me as more than a backup credit card. That's not fair. No, it's not. None of this is fair. But I'm done pretending it is." She started crying harder. "You're tearing this family apart." "I'm not tearing anything apart. I'm just not holding it together anymore. There's a difference." I hung up. The calls kept coming. For days. Then weeks. I blocked their numbers, blocked their emails, blocked them on social media. My coworker Sarah noticed I was quieter than usual. We were in the break room one night, 3 a.m., both of us exhausted from a rough shift. "You okay?" she asked. I told her everything. The whole story. 6 years in 10 minutes. She didn't say anything for a long time. Then, "Good for you." "Yeah?" "Yeah. My brother did the same thing to me. I was the responsible one. He was the screw-up, and I kept bailing him out. It took me 10 years to realize I wasn't helping him. I was enabling him, and I was destroying myself." "Do you regret it? Cutting him off?" She smiled. "Sad but certain. Best decision I ever made. He got his life together eventually. Had to. Nobody was there to catch him anymore. And I got mine back." That conversation kept replaying in my head. A month after I stopped the payments, I got a letter in the mail. From a lawyer. My parents were threatening to sue me for breach of verbal contract and financial abandonment. I called a lawyer of my own. Consultation was free. He laughed. "They can't sue you for stopping a gift. You weren't legally obligated to send them money. They have no case." "Are you sure?" "Completely. This is a scare tactic. Don't respond. Don't engage." I didn't. 2 months later, I got a Facebook message from Maya. She'd created a new account to get around the block. "Mom and Dad had to sell the house. They're moving into an apartment. Are you happy now?" I stared at that message for an hour. Was I happy? No. I wasn't happy. But I wasn't guilty either. I typed back. "They had savings. They could have used those. They made choices. Those aren't my choices to fix." She never responded. I found out later, through a mutual friend, that Maya had to get a job. She was working at Starbucks while she looked for journalism positions. Mom and Dad were in a 2-bedroom apartment in a cheaper part of town. They were fine. Tight on money, but fine. And I was okay with that. 6 months after I stopped the payments, I had money in my savings account for the first time in years. Real money. I went on a vacation. Just a long weekend to Santa Fe, but it was mine. Paid for with my own money that I didn't owe anyone. I stood in an art gallery, looking at a painting of the desert at sunset, and I felt something I hadn't felt in years. Peace. Not happiness, exactly. Not joy. Just peace. I wasn't drowning anymore. A year later, I put a down payment on a small condo. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, a balcony overlooking a park. It was mine. My name on the deed. My space. I invited Sarah over for the housewarming. We sat on my balcony with cheap wine and expensive cheese, watching the sunset. "You did it," she said. "Did what?" "Chose yourself. That's the hardest thing to do." She was right. It was the hardest thing, and the best thing. I never heard from my parents again. Not directly. Maya sent one more message on my birthday the following year. "Mom wanted me to tell you happy birthday." I didn't respond. Sometimes, late at night, I wonder if I'm the villain in their version of this story. The selfish daughter who abandoned her family, the ungrateful child who walked away. Maybe I am. But in my version, I'm the woman who finally realized that setting yourself on fire to keep others warm isn't love. It's self-destruction, and I'm not doing that anymore. I sleep better now. I smile more. I bought a plant and kept it alive for 6 months. Small victories. Last week, I got coffee with a guy from the hospital. He's in physical therapy. He has kind eyes and laughs at my terrible jokes. We're taking it slow, but it's nice. It's something. He asked about my family. I said, "It's complicated." He nodded. Fair enough. Family usually is. I appreciated that he didn't push. On my 30th birthday, I woke up in my condo, sunlight streaming through the windows. I made myself pancakes, real ones, from scratch, with blueberries. I sat on my balcony and ate them slowly, watching the world wake up. My phone was quiet. No calls, no texts, no drama. And for the first time in a decade, that felt like a gift. I thought about that night in the parking garage, the moment I changed that automatic payment. How empty I felt. How numb. I don't feel numb anymore. I feel free. Real family doesn't take and take until there's nothing left. Real family doesn't make you choose between their comfort and your survival. Real family remembers your birthday. And if they don't, then maybe they weren't really family at all. Maybe they were just people you happened to be related to. There's a difference. I'm still figuring out what family means to me now. Maybe it's Sarah, bringing me soup when I'm sick. Maybe it's my neighbor, Mrs. Chen, who waters my plants when I work double shifts. Maybe it's the chosen family I'm building, one kind person at a time. I don't know what the future looks like. I don't know if my parents and I will ever speak again. I don't know if Maya and I will ever be sisters in any real sense. But I know this. I'm not drowning anymore. I'm not sending money I don't have to people who don't appreciate it. I'm not setting myself on fire. I'm just living my life. My small, quiet, peaceful life. And that's enough. That's more than enough. That's everything.